Hello, everybody, and thank you for tuning in to today's daily news here on VHG, Voices Heard Globally, where you can find the most reliable news, never leaving out any details. I am your host, Jeffrey Lohman, and today we have reached out to some witnesses who have experienced the Cold War and Internet's lasting effects firsthand. For those who aren't familiar with the Cold War, it was an ideological battle between capitalism and communism between the United States and the Soviet Union between the years 1947 and 1991. Firstly, we have a civilian who experienced the war firsthand.
Hello, I'm Tony, and I'm the reporter on ground. And we just arrived in Saigon, Vietnam, which was a former military base here. And you can see that there was tons of destruction. Lots of time has passed and it's been rebuilt, but there's still lasting effects. So we're supposed to be interviewing a certain Kevin Lee, but can't really seem to find him. I'm like looking around everywhere. I can't see him. Oh, there you are. Are you Kevin Lee?
Yeah. Why?
Oh, I'm the reporter from VHG.
Yeah.
Would it be fine if I ask you a couple questions?
Sure.
Thank you here, Mr. Kevin Lee, for allowing me to interview you.
Thank you. Or you're welcome. You're welcome.
You're good. So I have a couple questions for you. So the first one I have is, how did the presence of American soldiers affect your daily life?
They built roads and helped protect us sometimes, but they also brought more fighting. When they left in 1973, everything quickly changed, and by 1975, the North had taken Saigon, and life as we know it was over.
Can you help explain to me how your daily life was during the war?
Well, it was terrifying. A lot of bombings happened often. My family had to leave our village. We never knew when fighting would come to our door. Many of my friends were sent to fight, and some never came back.
Wow, that's a really touching story. Thank you for sharing. And thank you, viewers, for listening here on VHG. That's back to you.
A war that killed over 3 million people and reshaped global politics. We go now to Havana, Cuba, where our reporter is standing by.
I'm here in Havana, the center of 1962 crisis between the United States and the Soviet Union. After American spy planes discovered Soviet missiles being installed here, the world held its breath for 13 days. Joining me is Carlos Delgado, who was a teenager in Cuba at the time. Okay, Mr. Delgado, I have a question to ask. What do you remember about those tense days in October 1962?
So from what I remember at the time I remember hearing planes overhead, and I was hearing on the radio that there was nuclear weapons faced at the U.S., and it was really tense because we didn't know what was going to happen next, We didn't know if nuclear war was going to break out, and that would be good for nobody, and so it was really scary.
And did Fidel Castro speak to the public?
Oh, yeah, he actually did speak to the public a lot. He would constantly remind us to be prepared if war was going to break out and to be ready. And I remember when I was in school, there would be drills that he wanted us to know just in case war broke out, things like that. So it was really, really tense.
Okay, and I have one more question. How was it like when the crisis ended?
Well, when the crisis ended, we felt free, of course, but we also felt like we didn't really have a say in the matter because, decisions were made far away. But the good thing was that the missiles were removed from Cuba, and yeah.
Oh, thank you. Back to the studio.
The Cuban Missile Crisis was a turning point in the Cold War, reminding the world how close we came from nuclear disaster. Now we move to Germany, where a wall once divided not only a city, but its people.
I'm here in Berlin at the former site of the Berlin Wall, built in 1961 to divide east and west of Berlin. For 28 years, it stood as a physical and symbolic barrier. Joining me now is Nicholas Muller, who lived in East Berlin until the wall fell.
Hello.
Okay, hello, Nicholas Muller or Mr. Muller. I have a few questions for you.
Yeah.
What was it like to live on the east side of the Berlin Wall?
Well, we felt trapped, like we couldn't travel freely, and they monitored everything we did. We had stability, but we didn't have freedom.
Okay, I also have another question to ask. What do you remember about the night the wall came down?
Oh, that night was special for many reasons. I remember the crowds gathering at checkpoints when the guards finally opened the doors or the gates. You know, everyone was cheering, everyone was hugging each other. People even climbed the wall, even though it had already been torn down. Yeah, it was a really special night. It was the first time I ever stepped into West Berlin, and I felt free.
Okay, and what did it mean to you personally?
To me personally, it felt like hope. I felt like I had a second chance at life, you know? Because I heard stories about how great it was in West Berlin, but I never really believed it until I was actually there and experienced it.
Okay, and one more thing. Do you have anything to point out before we go?
Oh, well, actually, this is a former site of the Berlin Wall. There's still parts of it untouched, and this is really, really special to the people here.
Oh, well, thank you. All right, thank you. And back to the studio.
The fall of the Berlin Wall marked not only the reunification of Germany, but its closing chapter of the Cold War itself. From the battlefields of Vietnam to the brink of nuclear war in Cuba to the fall of the Berlin Wall, these were moments that shaped history. Thank you for joining us, VHG, amplifying voices and connecting the world. Until next time, good night.